Town Board meeting. Please stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Joe Conti, 3rd Ward.
Joseph Lepore, 5th Ward.
Ann Schurshin, 6th Ward.
Felicia Salvatore, Town Clerk.
John Basley, Deputy Town Attorney.
Jim Nelson, attorney for the town.
We have a very short agenda tonight, but an important agenda. We have appointment of 4 new police officers: Jeffrey Sinclair, Eric Anderson, Michael Hargraves, Eric Romeo. We have appointment of a police canine officer donation for the PBA. We have an ambulance agreement with Mobile Life Service for the New Hamburg Ambulance District. Vassar College permission to maintain sidewalks. The medians along Raymond Avenue. Croft Corners Halloween party. Appointment in the Water Department of a laborer, Larry Tyree Sr. Set public hearing for some stop signs on College View and Fairmont. Fed date for public hearing for special district assessment roles. And signed a contract with NICOMCO for the police department. And we have 4 special consents: a liquor license for Grogger's Bar and Grill, lead agency for Poughkeepsie Day School, lead agency for Hudson Valley Credit Union, and notification of claim. I'd like to suspend the rules for public comment on any agenda item.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody like to speak on any agenda item? Anybody? If not, make a motion to resume the rules.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Conti.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint Jeffrey H. Sinclair Jr. to the position of full-time police officer under the provisions of civil service law at the yearly rate of $50,785.00, effective October 3rd, 2016, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 26 nor more than 52 weeks per civil service law. And be it further resolved that the deputy supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Congratulations. So before you start, just to let you know, when we're done with the agenda, we'll be doing a presentation to Cal Ripken 10 and under league when we're done.
Resolution number 2, be resolved that the Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie, does hereby appoint Eric D. Anderson to the position of full-time police officer under the provision of civil service law at the yearly salary of $50,785.00, effective October 3rd, 2016, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of no less than 26 and not more than 52 weeks per civil service law. And be further resolved that the deputy supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Congratulations.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby appoint Michael J. Hargraves to the position of a full-time police officer under the provisions of civil service law at a yearly salary of $50,785, effective October 3rd, 2016, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 26, no more than 52 weeks per civil service law, and be further resolved that the deputy supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by the Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
The motion is second. Any questions on this one? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Congratulations. Be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby appoint Eric R. Romeo to the position of full-time police officer under the provisions of civil service law at the yearly salary of $70,785 effective October 3rd, 2016, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 26 nor more than 52 weeks per civil service law. And be it further resolved, the Deputy Supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second?
Mr.
Yeah,
Basley?
yeah.
Go ahead.
Might want to just,
Say that he made a mistake. He said 70,000. He's not extra. It's $50,785.
Sorry, Eric.
I think that was too.
Come on, Jim.
Oh, his eye's getting big. And these
I
guys.
told you, Eric.
That was just,
You got it.
We have a motion.
So moved.
Any questions on this one?
No.
How history repeats itself.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Congratulations, Eric.
Congratulations. Sorry, Jim, I didn't mean to step on you there.
Be resolved that the Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie, does hereby authorize acceptance and appreciation from the Town of Poughkeepsie Patrolman, should I wait, or?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, keep going.
Belém Association for 14 months old police count, German Shepherd, value at $12,500. So moved.
Second?
The motion is second. Any questions on this one?
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Just like to thank the PBA for always stepping up and taking care of the canines, and it's a shame that we lost the last canine the way we did. But congratulations, gentlemen, you got them back, and good luck.
Whereas Mobile Life Support Services Incorporated has agreed to provide ambulance service for the new Hamburg Ambulance District for the calendar year 2017, 2018, and 2019 at the cost not to exceed $35,426 per year. And be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the Deputy Supervisor to execute a 3-year extension agreement with Mobile Life Support Services Incorporated for ambulance service for the new Hamburg Ambulance District for the calendar years of 2017, 18, and 2019. So moved.
Second?
Thank
The
you.
motion is second. Any questions on this one?
No, that's a great price.
The
I'm
only
really-
comment is this is no increase for all 3 years.
Yeah.
It's the same as what it is now.
Okay, and this is what it is now?
Yep.
Yep, very good.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0.
7.
Whereas the New York State Department of Transportation previously completed a major rehabilitation of Raymond Avenue as borders Vassar College, with rehabilitation included the installation of curb medians, roundabout island, and sidewalks with trees, shrubs, planting beds, and grass within the confines of the medians and roundabout island. And whereas Vassar College has requested confirmation from the town of its authorization to maintain the roundabouts, walks, and median strips along its property on Raymond Avenue, including mowing, trimming, and weed control. Now therefore be resolved that the Deputy Supervisor is authorized to confirm Vassar College that aforesaid work is permissible and appreciated. So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any question on this one?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that this is clear. It's about the roundabout right in front of the entrance and the one that's in the middle. I think that's College Avenue, comes in Raymond. The big one on the end with the clock, that's maintained by the Arlington Bid. The Arlington Bid maintains it, so these are the other two roundabouts.
Okay.
And does this also include replacement of the sidewalks if the sidewalks become damaged and need new?
No, this is basically just to be able to let them
This is-
maintain the lawns and things like that.
This is just the landscaping around them. Okay.
We have a motion and a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Here, go ahead. Ann.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby approve the application submitted by Gerald Phillip that hereby grant approval to the Croft Corner Fire Company to hold its annual Halloween parade on Saturday, October 29th, 2000, it says 15, but it means 2016, at 2:30 p.m., which parade will start at Speck and Kill Todd Middle School parking lot and proceed south on Croft Road, west onto Schoolhouse Lane, and end at Croft Corner Firehouse at 7 Spackenkill Road, and be further resolved that the town clerk is in receipt of a certificate of liability insurance naming the town of Poughkeepsie as an additional insured. So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions on this one?
I just want to state it's starting at 2 according to their letter also, rather than 2:30.
Okay. We got a motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Be it resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby appoint Larry Tyree Sr. to the position of laborer, full-time permanent with the Water Department at $17 per hour, which appointment will become effective October 8, 2016, which appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 8 nor more than 26 weeks per civil service law. Be it further resolved that the Deputy Town Supervisor is authorized to execute and file all documentation required by Dutchess County Department of Human Resources in connection with this appointment. So moved.
Second.
The motion second. Any question on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie is hereby set the 5th day of October 2016 at 7 p.m. at the Town Hall, Town of Poughkeepsie, 1 Over Rocker Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, as and for the time, date, and place of a public hearing to consider amendments to the Town Code, Chapter 195, entitled Vehicles and Traffic, specifically Section 19544, Schedule 9, Stop Intersections, Section 19547, Schedule 12, Crosswalks, which amendments would be as follows. Add Section 19544, Schedule 9, Stop Intersections, the stop sign on College View Avenue, the direction of travel is west at the intersection of Fairmont Avenue, and the stop sign on College Avenue, the direction of travel eastbound at the intersection of Fairmont Avenue. And then you will add Section 19547, Schedule 12, Crosswalks. The name of that street is Fairmont Avenue. The location is at the intersection with College Avenue. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby determine that this action is a Type 2 action requiring no environmental review. And be it further resolved that if adopted, said local law shall become effective immediately upon filing with the Secretary of State. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any question on this one?
Yeah, this one came out of the Arlington pedestrian survey that was done by the county. This was one of their recommendations and one that we could act on right away. For some reason, there's a mass exit off of Vassar at 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. where you'll have a string of cars running out, and then the cars on Fairmont who have a stop sign have to stop, and it gets backed up on Fairmont while these cars exit. And also, because there's no stop signs there, people tend to go through there very quickly. And I heard one summer there were 3 bicyclists that were hit by cars.
Oh, God.
And they've also had pedestrian colliding with cars too. So this is better for the pedestrians. It's going to slow down the traffic, and hopefully it'll even things out that we won't have a big backlog of cars on Fairmont. And I shared a letter with you from one of the attorneys in the area who complained about this, and this was his suggestion.
Okay.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Be it resolved, the Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby set the 5th day of October 2016 at 7 p.m. at the Town Hall, Town of Poughkeepsie, 1 Over Rock Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, and for the time, date, and place a public hearing in regarding to special district assessment role, which concerns the water district, sewer district, and drainage district of the Town of Poughkeepsie. And be further resolved that the proposal, special district budget are on file on the Town Poughkeepsie Clerk's office and available for review. So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby authorize the Deputy Supervisor to sign a lease agreement which extends and combines its current leases with the New York Communications Company, Inc. for the Police Department radio, console, mobile, portable, and base stations, which lease agreement is for 6 years, commencing upon completion of the installation of new equipment and running through the end of 2022 at the cost of $6,605 per month, which reflects a savings of $6,204 per year in the form as substantially presented. And be further resolved that the board determines that this would not be in the best interest of the town to require a request for proposals, and be further resolved that the procurement of these professional services and related equipment is a Type 2 action requiring no secret review. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on this one? I'd just like to thank the chief for the time and effort that he put into working on this and really digging in deep and saving us some money on this one. All those in
Great
favor?
job. Aye.
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 Motion passes 4-0. Resolved, the Town Board of Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby grant special consent to the following items to wit. 1, waive a liquor license 30-day review for the Grogger's Bar and Grill. 2, consent lead agency to Poughkeepsie Day School. 3, consent lead agency to Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union. 4, notification, the following claims been referred to legal, progressive surroganation claim, and be it further resolved that upon the objection of any member of the Town Board, an item may be removed from the list and voted on separately. So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any question on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby acknowledge receipt of a request on behalf of Grogger's Bar and Grill, 1112 Dutchess Turnpike, Poughkeepsie, New York, for a waiver of the 30-day review period for a liquor license application. Be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby approve the town clerk's forwarding of a waiver and consent pursuant to the attached request. So moved.
Second.
The motion and second. Any question on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
The old gentleman gyms, by the way.
That's what I was, yeah.
Oh, that's-
I saw him working in there too, so
Yeah.
good. I want to see
Yeah.
it, great.
Be it resolved, the Town Board, Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby consent the Town of Poughkeepsie Planning Board acting as secret lead agency. Notice of intent paperwork can be found in Town's Clerk's office for the project known as Poughkeepsie Day School Solar Array, 244 Boardman Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, tax parcel number 6260-03-146453. So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any question on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Poughkeepsie does hereby consent to the Town of Poughkeepsie Planning Board acting as secret lead agency. Note of intended paperwork can be found in Town Clerk's office for the project known as Hudson Valley Federal Credit Union, 2373 South Road, Poughkeepsie, New York, tax parcel number 6160-03-048168. So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any question on this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
And SC4 is a refer legal,
Notification.
notice of claim. And we've come to the end of the agenda. I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules for any comments on town business.
Second.
Is there anything, Doreen?
So I have a question about special consent item number 2, lead agency, Poughkeepsie Day School Solar Array. And before I say that, my question, one of the things is that since the information was not posted online, at least by like noontime today, there was really not much opportunity to look at this. So, this is the first I heard about when you said solar array. So isn't there a moratorium on installation of solar? Does that apply to this?
I think they can file the paperwork, if I'm not mistaken, Doreen. They can file and start it, but it doesn't guarantee them anything. Is that how it was working, Jim?
I don't know when it was filed,
Yeah.
but it may have been filed before.
Just recently.
Yeah, but I thought the moratorium was on ones that are used as part of generating electricity to sell. If it's for your own private, personal
Yes,
use,
you are correct,
it'd still
Ann.
go ahead.
Okay, so this isn't a solar farm?
No, this is
like-
just for them to use on their
Right.
property behind their building.
Okay, because I was concerned because I know the one at Oakwood School, to me, that's more like a solar farm. And I know that night when Neil Wilson was here and talked about the moratorium, he said that he used Oakwood as an example, and he said there was little, environmental impact, little footprint. I thought he said a small footprint, but the one at Oakwood, according to their website, that did take up close to 2 acres, and that's 2 acres of trees that were removed. So, to me, that does have a large impact. So I just didn't know if this was the same type of thing, but it sounds
No, I think
like
it's small and it's just for them, but I'll find out definitely for you in the morning.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Anybody else like to make a comment? If not, can we motion to resume the rules?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor? Can we
Aye.
motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second. All right, we adjourn just because Mr. Conti has to leave. At this point, we'd like to present to the Poughkeepsie Lightning Cal Ripken All-Star Team. They're able to accomplish a major feat this year. They came within arm's length of winning the World Series Cal Ripken in Florida. So we'd like to give them all little commendations and a thank you for what they've done. The players committed themselves since December to achieve their goal of making it to the World Series. Besides just the youth doing it, the parents have definitely stepped up to the plate. And I don't know if you kids understand how much your parents put out, whether it's cost-wise or time-wise. Besides winning, which you did a phenomenal job, you should all thank your parents for what they went forth and did and what they gave up so you guys could be able to play and get to where you got to.
And that means chores for all of you kids,
Yes.
parent to the.
They won the Cal Ripken Eastern New York State Championship, the Cal Ripken Mid-Atlantic Regional Championship, the 10U travel to Palm Beach, Florida Gardens, the 10U Cal Ripken World Series, and finished the tournament with a 4-1 record and a third-place finish. We're proud of their accomplishments, but not satisfied. We'll continue to sponsor them through their efforts years to come, and Cal Ripken has definitely stepped up to the plate and made this a phenomenal organization, besides what they've done with their youth, what they've done to our fields and helped us along the way. So we have a little commendation from them. Can the coaches come up and we'll let them help us give them out?
Just to go in the front.
Yeah, we'll go in the front.
Guys, congratulations. Sorry.
Thank you.
Just so you know, two members we have here, Joe and Ann, they're both on the Recreation Committee. Tom Meyer and Tom will come up. Tom's the head of Recreation, he works as close as possible with the guys, keep them in check. I mean, but we try to give them all the support we can. We try to give them all the support we can because, I mean, they do a great job, and I told you guys, your parents are the ones you should be thanking. If you only knew what they gave up and what it cost for you guys to do this and the days they had to give up and work to take you to Florida, you should be happy, and I hope they at least gave you a good treat when you were down there. Open the first one up.
Okay.
Good job. This one, how do you pronounce that?
Sertaj Pander.
Sertaj Pander? He's not here? Tell him thanks.
Steven Ciancio.
Steven Ciancio? Congratulations. Riley Witherwax? Glad to see your brother working tonight. Ryan Mealy? Congratulations. Owen Pano? He's not here either. Hopefully he's home studying. Michael Schiavone? Jake Rohan? Daniel Cowell, not here. Andrew Esperanza? I don't know if this guy should get one. Adam Renahan? Congratulations. Aiden Bethke, he's home studying, I think. Merrill. Devin Camacho. That's it? Okay. Guys, thanks for all you've done. Coach, you want to say something to your team?
Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the support to the town and to Mr. D'Amato, who helps out tremendously, and thank you to the parents.
Thanks, everybody.
Cute. You're not kidding. Is there any executive session? Oh, 20 minutes, holy hell.
Are we done? He's got to close it, right? Oh, he did? All right.
Now you show.
Monday for my